The 2008 Mr. Olympia witnessed a great win for aesthetics over dull size. The judges decided to give the title to the best shape on stage and not automatically to the reigning champ. That year was incredible for the Blade Dexter Jackson because he won his third Arnold Classic and his first Olympia title. Jay admitted that he wasn't hungry to win in 2007, and fans and experts had all the right to criticize him for the package he presented that year. So he said he was going to rectify the errors he made in 2007 by dominating the stage in 2008. But Jay was proven wrong, as Dexter brought a perfect physique of defined aesthetics and balanced size. The front double biceps shows the incredible level of conditioning Dexter had that year. He looks like a superhero coming out from Marvel Comics pages. The incredible biceps with this amazing peak ranks him among those who had the best biceps in bodybuilding history. The wide chest, the sweep in his lats, and his amazingly narrow waist give him this amazing V taper. His wheels are huge, separated, and highly conditioned. On the other hand, Jay presented a huge package but lacked the aesthetics and the level of conditioning his main rival had that night. His chest is wide and his lats are wide and thick as usual. His waist is wide and it clearly shows in this pose against Dexter's incredibly aesthetic and small waist. Jay used to hit a more impressive front lat spread, making use of his lats width, but Dexter on the other hand, although way smaller, yet showed great details and lines in his striated shoulders, chest, and incredible midsection, matching Jay's size, which lacked the conditioning and the aesthetics Dexter had. The side chest shows the highly conditioned and aesthetic package Dexter had over Jay that year. The striations in Dexter's rounded shoulders and chest, the size and the separations he had in his arms, the tight midsection, and the huge and striated quads left no doubt that he was the rightful to win the title that year, against a mediocre Jay who presented nothing but a less impressive package of sheer size than previous wins. The back double biceps shows the incredible shoulders Dexter has, ranking him among those who have the best shoulders in the business. The peak in his biceps adds a lot to the shape of his massive arms. His huge traps perfectly connect with his rear shoulders and upper lats. The sweep of his lats along with the narrow waist add a lot to the aesthetics of this pose. His shredded lower back, striated glutes, and conditioned hamstrings give him the win against Jay, who might be thicker but way less conditioned. His out of shape lower back and glutes stand no chance against his rival's incredible conditioning. Another back double biceps shot shows how dominant Dexter was that year, with his massive arms, explosive shoulders, huge traps, the lat sweep, and the narrow waist. The highly conditioned and striated lower section, including his glutes and hamstrings, gave him the win against Jay, who was off that night. Although not as wide as Jay, but Dexter's lat spread shows the incredible conditioning he had that night, with the massive traps and the rear shoulders that perfectly connect with his wide and aesthetic lats. We can see the Christmas tree in his lower back, and the highly defined and striated glutes and hamstrings add to the beauty of this pose. Dexter's abs and thighs pose was no less than a piece of art. His six-pack abs were incredibly ripped and highly conditioned, along with the visible obliques and the narrow waist. His wheels were huge, separated, and highly conditioned, and his massive arms and the sweep of his lats added a lot to the perfection of this pose against Jay, who also hit an impressive pose showing his ripped abs, but nowhere close to that of Dexter, who dominated the stage with his unmatched aesthetics and balanced size. The most muscular pose shows Dexter's incredible traps. He has the best traps in bodybuilding history, along with those of Johnny Jackson. The level of conditioning he brought that night shows in the striations in his shoulders and chest, with the line dividing the upper chest from the lower. His arms are explosive and his wheels are huge, separated, and highly conditioned. A perfect pose for Dexter against Jay, who was less conditioned, defined, and ripped than his rival. Overall, Dexter rightfully won the title with his incredibly aesthetic physique of balanced proportions, the massive arms, the explosive shoulders, the wide chest, and the incredible V taper, along with the small waist and the sculpted wheels, gave him the win against the reigning champ, who was totally off and out of shape. A huge victory for aesthetics over size. That was all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.